Hello, my name is Isaac Washington, and I'm the director for Nehemiah Builds. And today I'll be giving a presentation explaining who Nehemiah Builds is, why we exist, and what are some of the really cool things that we are doing in the Arlington community. So, who are we? We are a nonprofit, and our mission statement is to combat the effects of fatherlessness and poverty by empowering youth and families to graduate high school ready to contribute and lead in their communities. Now, why do we exist? Well, our why is really predicated on some of the things that our children who are in fatherlessness and poverty situations are experiencing. So in Arlington ISD, we have over 350,000 people as a population, and we know that is constantly growing. And we have 11.7 persons below the poverty line, and amongst children, that's 15%. And we know that poverty has drastic adverse effects on a child's education and overall outlook in life, not to mention our father absence rate. So in Arlington, Texas, one out of every three children live in a home without a biological father. And what do we know about statistics around children that don't have a father in their home? We know that 90% of homeless and runaways come from fatherless homes, 85% of all youth in prison, 71% of high school dropouts. We know that if they live in a fatherless home, they are 120% at greater risk to become a subject to child abuse. They're 85% likely to have behavior disorders. 63% likely of our youth suicides come from fatherlessness home, and they are 7 times more likely to become pregnant as a teen. And it just keeps going on and on and on. We even know that 40% of children in father absence homes have not seen their father at all for at least a year. And these things have dramatic outcomes and effects on the child's life. And so we know that poverty and fatherlessness are not good things for children. But the issue is that many people, they know that the thing is an issue and they want to help children. They love children, but we don't know how to turn our compassion into action. And that's what we're seeking to do here at Nehemiah Builds. And we are founded on education as a ministry. That really comes from Jesus's principle in Matthew 25, where and it can be applied to all of life and even to children. Jesus said, when you saw someone who was hungry and you fed them, it was as if you were doing it to him. Basically, whenever we saw needs that other people had, and through the love of Christ, we did those things. Jesus says that was the equivalency, or it was just as if we were doing it to him. And so when we see a child that's hungry, we give them food so that they won't starve. When we see a child that's cold, we give them jackets and clothes so that they won't freeze. And when we see children that are going to prison because they're missing fathers, they're in poverty, and they're behind in learning, we provide an avenue for them to learn. We provide people to kind of fill that father gap so that they can become productive human citizens. Now, what do we do? How do we make that happen? Well, one of the things that we do is we have an after-school ministry, and this after-school ministry is aligned with our AISD calendar. We partner with Pope Elementary School currently and are in the midst of expanding to another elementary school. We provide weekly in-school tutoring. We support teachers at every level. Our weekly in-school mentoring, the tutoring is either in school or after school. We're definitely doing the after school, and then a lot of times we push in right before the STAR test to help the teachers. We provide weekly in-school fathering, so that means if a teacher has a behavior issue, somebody's not doing their homework, child's not showing up, children are late, all of those things we address them to make sure that the children are not just in school, but they're in school on time, ready to learn. We provide daily transportation from the school to our center, daily character lessons. So every child will get one and sometimes two character lessons, depending on how many of the ministries the children participate in. Daily after school tutoring in literacy and math, daily snacks and full food, and male mentors that can support children in fatherlessness homes. And so all of those things are just the overarching things that we do, but that's not it. Even making sure that the children have what they need. We provide backpacks and supplies for the children. We are at all of the events. So where the parents might have to work, we are there. We're at the graduations. We're at the field days. We are everywhere. We also have a lot of really cool partners in the community. Mission Arlington partners with us, we partner with Mission Arlington and Miss Tilly and all the wonderful things that they're doing there. And they're just so wonderful to us that she lets us have office out of Parkview Church. So the center at the back is a youth center, and that's where we have our facility set up for the after school meeting. A day for a child would look like this. They get picked up at the school 3:30. We're at the schools early, walking and doing all those kinds of things. But we'll pick them up about 3:30. Then we give them a snack and we let them burn some energy. After they come in from their snack, they're going to get their daily Bible character lesson. Then we're going to transition to homework. Now, this can look differently depending on what grade you're in. If you're K through 2, that's where we do our sight words and focus really hard on the literacy. And then if you are 3 through 5, we focus very intently on the math. And so that just looks differently for different children. And then after that, they'll be able to either read with a friend, or we have a lot of activities that are set up for the children. We turned it in kind of like to this main event kind of thing, to where they want to be there because there's just so many fun things for them to do. And then at the end of the day, the children at 6:15 will either be picked up by a parent, or the children who also transition to our wrestling ministry come to the wrestling ministry. Now, the goal for the children is we want to have all year support. That's going to include summer camps, summer adventures, and summer learning. And so the goal is for us to grow to a place fiscally to where we're able to support the children all year long. And the children do everything. We've had them at volunteering opportunities to teach them that community service is important. We take them out to restaurants and let them eat in public so that we can teach them how to eat in public places, how to have proper etiquette and things of that nature. We have our annual birthday party where every year we celebrate all the children on one day in an annual birthday party. Whenever there's opportunities to get resources, we supply the children with a bike every year. We had one year where we took the children to a sailing camp, and all of our children actually learned how to sail a boat. It was absolutely amazing. We do field trips where we go to a bunch of really cool things. Just as much as we can expose the children to, we do. At times we have food insecurity programs where if we have children that are really, really at high risk to where they might not have food on the weekends, we'll provide that for them. And then we even support our mothers because our goal is to support the whole family. And we had a mother just recently graduate and get her degree. Like, it was an amazing moment for the children to be able to see that. And then one of the greatest things that we do for the children is we also have a wrestling program. And our wrestling program has produced over $1.5 to $2 million in college scholarships for children. This even includes an Olympiad, Samara Chavez, that came out of our ministry and is now just doing absolutely amazing things. So the question is, how can you support? Well, you can volunteer, you can provide financial support, and the money goes to the children. Everything goes to the children. And so we here, Nehemiah Build, are trying to bridge the gap between the family and the community. And we would appreciate any and all support that can be provided for us and our mission statement. Thank you. And I hope you enjoyed the presentation.